got up today and I thought, oh, I'll do a video on employment. And then the day's just gone ahead of me. I've been out and about shopping and whatever. Barnabas, come on in. And yeah, but I've just come back and put the computer on, and one of my friends has posted ridiculous queues and abuse towards staff as supermarket cuts number of manned tills. Right. So I thought, well, this kind of neatly ties in. Obviously, somebody's saying, come on, Kerry-Ann, have your 2 fucking penny. So I'm going to have my 2 penny. And sit looking at me by hands. Come on in. Come in. Cats. Basically, I've come to a realisation recently. Years ago, because I have MS, right? I couldn't do a day's work. Well, I could do 1 day's work, but I couldn't do 2, right? And I couldn't do the first without fucking up something. But I went through 15 years of being in the system, which again is an employment opportunity in itself, and it earns lots of people a fortune in government grants. And basically, I was found fit for work and put and sent to this place called In Training. And they're funded by the European Summit or another. It's why I wanted Brexit, basically. And ultimately, if you go all the way up, they're owned by Serco. It's how I found out about who Serco were, was through being pushed into it. Now, I couldn't do a job, but they were saying, no, you have to do a job, right? Anyway, and I couldn't. In the end, I was found unfit for work, and so now I'm on disability benefit. Yeah, so pointless to society. I'm a useless eater, as if you believe the bigwigs. So I saw that from my own personal perspective, from one side, and the people, like the turnover in staff in training was fucking ridiculous. These people didn't like doing their job because they would, and they would, to look at me, it's invisible illness jobby. There were people going in there in wheelchairs, dribbling. Do you know what I mean? There were people who physically, you could see, couldn't do a day's fucking work. And these people were made, their job was telling these people to go out and work, right? And they had courses, and I'm assuming that they get paid for all the courses that they put people on as well. Someone higher up, somewhere down the line, is making a fucking fortune. The government spends an absolute fortune on these people to give to these companies to get people working. Well, recently, I've been able to see it from the other side of the fence, because my son is looking for work. My son desperately wants to work, and I've not actually actively researched. Is with this place called Twin Training. I asked them, are you anything to do with In Training? Oh, no, we're better than they are. We get results, right? My son's been with them for months, right? And it has come to my realisation that these people are employed to be employed. They are employed to work, to do a job, to make money go round. They don't do anything. And lovely people that work at this place. I'm not dissing the staff at all, apart from the fact some of them physically do not do their job. I'll point out why. I can say this with some confidence. My son was homeschooled, so he didn't go through, have all of his exams and whatever. So he signed on last year, please can I get my functionals first, so that I've got something to put on my CV. He has volunteered. He wants to work in retail. Then the staff that Tesco are cutting the number of, that's the job my son would like to do. He wants to work in retail. He's really bloody good at it. He loves dealing with people. He volunteered for 6 months at Barnardo's, and he bloody loved it. The customers bloody loved him. He went above and beyond with his customer service. absolutely prides himself on his customer fucking service. He's ace at the fucker, right? He is. He could walk into any of these jobs and just fit in really lovely. It would be a boon to whatever company he works for because he wants to work, right? And he'll go in for his meetings, and I've started going in with him. Terrible, I know, little newsy bonk me. And I just sit there by the side of him and I pay attention to everything around me. And it became glaringly apparent a while ago that these people are paid to be in employment. They are paid a job to be in a job. They go in, and literally a lot of these people don't speak a fucking word of English, and they get the same spiel. Everybody who comes in gets the same spiel, and they're going through motions, right? And every time my son goes in, wish they were all like you. They call them participants, right? Wish all my participants were like you, like, and actually want to get a job, because I deal with loads of people who just don't want to get a job, and you want to get a job, and I love it. Help him get a job, then, love it. That's your job. Isn't your job helping him to get a job? And then she'll go like, oh, well, I need to put you down, like every time it goes in, oh, well, I need to put you down for a course, because we need to be putting people on courses. We have to put everybody on a course. So let's see what course I can put you down. Maths and English. Let's try maths and English so he can get his functionals. Like he said right at the beginning, when he first fucking signed on, I want to get my functionals so I've got something on my CV so that people will give me a job. He's applying for jobs. He gets ignored. He either gets ignored or he fails at the interview stage. And they say, do you know what? You're a lovely lad. And yeah, I would give you the job, but there's just not enough on your CV. There are people who've got experience more than you. You've just volunteered. There are people who've, there are hundreds of people going after 10 jobs. Do you know what I'm saying? He needs something to set him apart. I'm not going to, because I'm scared that they'll see that I've said something about him and to diss him for it and be on his case. Somebody promised him a word in somebody's ear that never fucking happened. And it's like, you were just... Let's talk about... I've not met her, so it don't really matter if I slag this one off. And I'm not slagging her. Well, no, I am, right? So he was put on this maths course to get his functionals weeks ago, month ago at least. And basically she rings him up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they have an online maths course 3 days a week. And then he's at the end of October is his exam. We don't know where she is. The other week, she just didn't pip up for one lesson, right? Week later, he spoke to his job woman and she said, oh no, she's on annual leave. Right, cracking. Thanks for telling us that. She came back. I think he has actually spoken to her once since then. She's disappeared again. Disappeared. She was meant to send him a mock exam so he could go through the mock exam, get the feel for it. You know what a mock exam is. And literally she didn't send it. It's like, of all of the lessons that he's meant to have had this with this woman that she's getting paid to teach him on, she's actually turned up for less than half of them. Now he was messaging her at the beginning, because she'd not tipped up. She was back off holiday, and he's like, am I meant to be having this course today then? Nothing. So he's sitting there waiting, and it's half an hour after the course was meant to start, and she's like, oh no, I can't do it today. I think that's the last time he heard of it. That was last week. Literally, and this is what they're paid to do. They're teaching my son what it's like to be in employment. And I think it's pretty fucking shoddy. But what they do is he'll go in and they have exactly the same meeting. So what have you been doing? Well, I've applied for this, I've applied for that. And, alrighty. Well, we need to put you on a course because customer service is a couple of customer service, confidence and motivation it's been on. or that's the one who's got booked up. I don't fucking know. No actual, the fluffy courses. And I don't see how, I mean, I've not met these people who run the courses. Maybe they're nothing like the people who work in the offices. I can't see how they've got anything to teach him, but I keep that bit to myself. But I share my thoughts with him on the fact that these people are employed to be employed. They're not doing a job. They are employed to teach, to tell other people that they've got to find employment. That's what they're employed for. To sit down in front of people and say, you need to go out and get a job. Give me your love. It looks piss easy. Do you know what I mean? You do that. Absolutely. Literally, a monkey could do it. And, yeah. I just think it's ridiculous. But how people... But my son, like I say, just to reiterate, my son is desperate to get a job. He wants a job. Right? Ultimately, he wants a job. He wants a job in a gaming shop. So if there's anybody out there in Leicester who knows somebody at game, or some kind of job like that, my son would be brilliant at it. Absolutely brilliant. He's got time for people without wasting time. He prides himself on his customer service. Everybody who meets him walks away with a smile on their face. Surely that is what it's about, right? Not if they're cutting down the staff numbers, though. So they're cutting down the staff numbers and they're employing people literally just to be employed. So which cuts down on the unemployment that they're creating by cutting out staff at Tesco. It's like we're literally in a hamster wheel. We're just doing stuff to make money. And we make enough to live by, right? But the government funding these programs that makes enough money for the people who work in it to live by, for every penny they get, that guy up there that owns the fucking company or runs the company also gets a penny. And he gets a penny for the girl sat next door. And he gets a penny for the geezer down the fucking, in the office down the way. And he's fucking raking it in. And the people in the government, most likely, have shares in the place. So the profits go back to them. And literally, we are living in a world that's gone fucking mad. And they are telling everybody, able-bodied, disabled, go and get a job. If you actually want one, there's no help. That's not what they're paid to do. They're not paid to help you get a job. They're made to keep you in fear. Just like teachers from the year that you go to school ain't paid for this to go in here. They're not paid for you to remember it. They're paid to make you petrified of forgetting it. The whole fucking system needs an overhaul, because otherwise you end up in the mess that we're currently in. And we'll do a different video on Liz Truss, because that's a whole different part of the pantomime altogether. I shall speak to you soon. Bye.